Rick, how you doing?
Fantastic.
Gino, larger than life, de campo.
Absolutely. He's here and I'm here. We're all here. But, you know, we're nice and cosy guys. But, you know, when you get married and you kind of settle down, you move into a house, would you ever consider living with a friend who's also married together?
I don't think so, because my mum and dad live next door to me on one side, and my sister and her husband live on the other side. So having these walls in between is nice.
Just nice.
It's far enough.
You do need that.
Yeah,
you need a little bit of privacy. What about you then, Gino? Would you consider living with your best friend and their wife under one roof?
That sounds quite good, actually. It's, depends on how open-minded they are.
Yes, absolutely. That makes a big, big difference. Well, we've got a couple of ladies on the programme today, ladies and gentlemen, who are like-minded or open-minded, as Gino says. Please welcome the first of them from Bristol, Carly Perkins. Carly, how are you? Lovely to see you. Come and meet Gino. No, look at this. Oh, there's something going on here, isn't it? It must be something in the blood. Now, what's it like living under one roof? You know, two couples, two girls, two hubbies.
Two hubbies to nag?
Really? Is that
it's
nice
good.
thing?
It's really good. Yeah.
And it works out okay, does it?
It does. Considering we hadn't share house before, it's working very well.
Fantastic.
How does it work on the same bed, though?
There is a wall between us.
Okay.
We don't tend to cross there.
Fantastic. That's good, isn't it? You've got to have your boundaries, haven't you, darling? Tip out your bag. Let's have a look. Let's see what you've got in there.
OK.
Are you a good cook then, Carly?
I like to experiment.
And, oh, there's some unusual ingredients here. Have you got any intolerances or anything like that?
I do. I have quite a few special eating requirements. I'm gluten intolerant, wheat intolerant, and get ready for it.
And chef intolerant you are.
And I don't eat red meat or poultry. No.
OK, well, that's OK, because you've got some lovely ingredients here. Briefly, tell us what you brought along.
I bought some quinoa. It's a South American grain, and it's a good alternative to pastas, and it's a bit like couscous. Some goat's cheese. I can't eat dairy, so that's a good alternative. And some wild salmon. I love seafood.
Wow, wild salmon is the absolute best. And, of course, you've got olives, the pepper and the leeks there. How much did you spend?
I spent £9.96.
OK, you can tell. It's a gourmet bag, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as you said wild salmon, I'm sure you said, oh, that's a bit pricey, Ainsley. Well, you're absolutely right. Gino, have you ever used this product before?
When I used to be a kid, I used to feed chicken with that.
Really?
Yeah.
You calling her a chicken?
No. Honestly, that's the only thing that I can remember that I used to do with it.
OK, then. Well, I'm sure you'll be able to come up with something really exciting.
Yes. There's a lot of nice products.
OK, good.
Beautiful bag. Thank you very much.
And it's about time that we met the other wife. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Artie Jet. Lovely to see you. Come meet Nick.
Hey, Artie. How are you doing? I'm doing good.
So, how do you find living together then? Is it something that you've adapted to quite easily?
Fantastic, yeah. We all get along really well. So it's nice to have. We're sort of like a family.
Yeah.
We're all comfortable with each other, so no one has to be nervous.
It's quite interesting, though. Do you think it might change when you both decide? Because you've bought a house together, haven't you?
No, we're just renting.
Oh, you're just renting at the moment. So
just trying it out and see how it works before you commit.
There's a way out, then, isn't it?
Yes.
Back door, front door.
There's always a lease that runs out.
Absolutely.
Are you married to Aussies, or are you?
Yes, we're both married to Aussies. Yep.
Yeah, lovely.
So it's a house full
let's
of
have a look at your bag, see what you bought along for our Nick. OK,
wow.
Not much time. So, tell us, what have you bought along here, then?
I've got a butternut squash, simply because my husband doesn't like it, so I'm treating myself.
Yeah.
70% cocoa chocolate, which I adore, and some venison. I've only had it once before, so I'm just curious to see what else can be done with it.
Lovely. And how much did you spend along with brie, raspberries? We've got some lovely spinach and a shallot there.
£9.99.
Well done. I have to say, both of you have done some exceptional shopping here. What do you think, Chef?
Yeah, lovely ingredients. I do love a good gourmet bag.
Yeah.
All right, nice stuff for this.
Right up your street, Artie. You've done a fabulous job. OK, Carly, let's find out what Gino's preparing for you.
Well, I'm thinking, first of all, with quinoa. I'm going to make half of it. I'm going to make a risotto with it.
Yeah.
OK. And the other half, we're going to stuff this pepper with a little bit of the goat cheese and a little bit of the leeks and all the other flavour. Then with the salmon, half of it, I'm going to do an herb crust served on a sauté, some sautéed leeks. The other half I'm going to do a tapenado olives, and we're going to put them on some grilled asparagus and a soup.
Beautiful. And you've got wheat-free bread too, haven't you,
I've got
Chef?
wheat-free bread, I've got some soya milk, so it should be okay. Eggs is okay?
Yeah, eggs is good.
Okay, fine. Does that sound delicious?
Sounds great.
Fantastic. Carly's in the mood for that, ladies and gentlemen. Hardly surprising. Sounds great. How are you going to top that then, Nick?
Well, we'll do some roast venison on some spinach with garlic through it, some roast squash, and a chocolate sauce. Goes really well with ghee. On the other venison steak, we'll do a warm salad of venison with a sort of orange and raspberry dressing. So that kind of works as well. And then I think we might try and make a sort of spinach and squash soup. Might make a lemon mousse with some of the raspberries and a bit of chocolate sauce. And I think that'll probably do.
I think that will probably do. That lovely bit of cheese.
Brie. Deep fried brie with some raspberry orange mint chutney.
Fantastic.
Brilliant,
yeah.
Oh, I just thought I'd throw that one in there just to win over the audience. Well, will he win them over enough? Artie delighted, yes?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Carly's delighted, but let's see how they'll feel in 20 minutes. As I say, ready, steady, cook. OK, up and away there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we've got risotto. We're using this rather delicious. We've got the old quinoa. It's kind of unusual. Quinoa. Now, it's a product that perhaps you haven't seen us use on Ready Steady Cook before, but isn't this type of thing important, really? Because a lot of us just don't know that it exists out there, especially if you've got a sort of specialised diet. But we've got a couple of really interesting things happening with that beautiful piece of wild salmon. And we've got the asparagus cooking down, we've got the goat cheese going inside our pepper, we've got the leeks that are going to be creating a sauce. We've also going to have a rather delicious olive dressing. Now, over here, we've got the venison. And venison is going to be served with a chocolate sauce. How about that? Nick says it goes particularly well, so we're looking forward to that. We've got the spinach that's going to be cooked down. We've got the brie that's going to be deep fried with a nice chutney made up of the orange and the raspberries, and some delicious roasted butternut squash. Things are really moving along here. Now, what about you, Chef?
I'm going to put the soup on straight away. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some of the asparagus.
Yeah.
OK, I've got some gluten-free vegetable bouillon.
Yeah.
Which I think they're great. I used them in the past.
Yeah.
And they're good. They're good.
That's good. It's good, especially if you've even if you haven't got a specialised diet, it's still good. You know.
It's still good. I mean, the flavour is the same, the texture is the same.
Absolutely.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do, very simply, I'm doing a little bit of vegetable stock there, just to help the flavour get into it. You know? Then I'm going to do asparagus, a little bit of leeks.
Yeah.
Here. OK.
And do you use much leek in Italian cooking? Or does it?
No, we call it porri.
Yeah.
Porri, but we don't really use a lot of porri.
Oh, lot of porri. Porri. There we are. And so kind of lock it that way. There you go. And you're off. OK, and then you can pulse it like that if you want.
Oh, good.
Or you just keep on-off button. So it's up to you how you do that, Carly. OK,
And then I'm using this one, which is the soya cream. Which is, again, it's fantastic because, you know, if you go intolerance... Like our beautiful woman here.
Yeah. So tell me about that then. What's it like going shopping in the supermarket? Do you find there's lots of products available for you?
The selection at the supermarkets here is really good.
Yeah.
But,
compared to where? Compared to Oz?
yeah, compared to Oz, Oz is slowly getting used to the idea, but the restaurants here prove a little bit of a challenge. I often have to ring in advance and say, I'm coming, can you cook for me? Or I have been known to take my own pizza base even.
Really? If you go for a pizza.
I always call
Isn't
them
it
nice.
interesting what Carly's saying, though, is that if you've got that kind of lactose or wheat or whatever it is intolerance, you can phone ahead to the restaurant and actually say, guys, I've got this, can you cater for me? I suppose those that are a little bit more upmarket will adapt to it a little bit easier than, you know, your average calf around the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of my customers, they phone me.
Yeah.
And I'm always fully booked.
Yeah.
Whenever I say I'm intolerant, I'm sorry, we're fully booked. Right? Please try again.
He's a nice boy, isn't he? Hey, don't go in there. I'm sure after you've met him, though, he'll be all right. He don't mean it.
I don't mean it.
Oh, lovely. There you go.
OK, so we got an egg in there?
Yeah, we've got an
OK,
egg.
Chef, I'm going to leave you. Get on with that. Let's go back down here. Oh, for the first time we're visiting the Red Tomato Kitchen and we're finding out what Nick's going to be doing with his venison. Tell us a little bit about the venison, Chef.
Well, venison... you
get a lot of it up in Scotland.
One of my favourite things to eat. It's wild, OK, so it's not farmed. very extensively. They roam about. They've got a brilliant diet, lower in cholesterol than chicken.
I know, it's
and
quite
full of
incredible.
flavour. And you'll always find, this is red deer, but you'll always find at some time of the year there's something that's actually in season, whether it be roe deer or fallow deer or red deer.
And so there's a whole variety of deer out there, you know, it's not just sticking to one. What should people look for if they go to buy it then, Nick? Obviously, you know, you're right up there.
Buy it from a decent butcher.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And go and talk to your butcher about what's best to be eating at this time of year.
OK.
Because it's quite complicated, to be honest with you.
Now, well, that's come from a supermarket then, so is it just asking, going to the butcher section in the supermarket and talking to your butcher?
Well, it's quite unusual, to be honest, to buy venison of this quality from a supermarket.
Yeah.
So whichever supermarket I don't actually know, they've done a good job. They've obviously got a really good butcher in-house, because that's beautiful-looking meat.
OK, fantastic-looking meat. Always check with that, guys. Have a chat with them, you know. We always bang on about this on the programme, but, you know, talk to the people. Even if you're going to a large supermarket, there's a consumer service desk there. Go and talk to them about the products or the produce that you're looking for. OK, if enough of you do it, they'll get it in. They want your business.
It's absolutely right, Ainsley. The most powerful voice in the country is the consumer.
Yeah.
You know, if you demand good stuff, the supermarkets will find a way of getting that for you.
Bang in there and get it.
So, right, in the oven, you can have a look there. You'll see the squash is then roasting with some garlic and some thyme.
Let's have a quick look here at Nick's squash, OK? Roasting off there. And notice he's got all those lovely... He's got that faggot of herbs on the top there. They're just cascading. Let's just give those a little bit of a crush. 15 minutes to go now, guys. Time is moving along. Let's find out what else is going down here.
We're just setting up for some pane. So we've got the breadcrumbs, we've got the egg wash, and then we've got some plain flour in there. And we'll get that brie paned, and we've got some oil on there for deep frying.
OK,
so lovely.
Crispy, we've got
brie.
flour, egg and breadcrumbs. Can you come and do that over here? I'll get all this down here for you. All right, lovely. Artie, there we are, Artie. I'll move all those around. And your herbs are there. Fabulous. Do you like cooking, Artie?
I do, yes.
And who tends to take over, who takes control of the cooking in the house then? 'Cause there's all four of you. Do you ever sort of say, no, it's my turn, or do you have a little rota or something that you use?
No, generally...
There's cheese for panning, and you put that
Carly and I cook for ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, we cook for our husbands, so... and we generally cook at the same time because we just get home at the same time and we're both in the kitchen and we're sort of cooking over each other most of the time.
Yeah, and have you had to adapt because of, you know, her having all these different intolerances? You have to balance the cooking if you're wanting to sort of say, oh, it's our turn to cook tonight?
Absolutely, yes. Like, before I met Carly, I had no idea about what it involved being gluten-free or wheat-free, dairy-free or anything like that. So now, whenever I'm in the supermarket, I'm always reading the back of all the packets to see what's in it, because so many things say they don't have wheat, but they do. And
I think we just generally do anyway, don't we? We read a lot more into stuff, even if it doesn't care whether, you know, you've got a wheat intolerance or not. It's just the fact is that we want to know what's in our food a lot more.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, kind of makes it that. Lovely. OK, and what about when you grew up? Where was... were you in Australia all your life, or...?
No, I grew up in Fiji. I was born in Fiji. And I grew up there.
Exotic.
Oh, he did that beautifully, didn't he, the chef? They just toss these things over.
They do, indeed.
And Fiji. Fiji's just so exciting, isn't it? The idea of a country like that is what we all think of as a holiday destination.
Yes.
And is the produce different there? What type of things
you get a lot more fresh fruit and veg. Like, we used to have coconuts in our backyard, and we had things like fresh guavas and things that you could just pick. And and most people keep some livestock as well, so you had some chickens or ducks in your backyard, and if someone special came over, you know, you'd make that chicken for dinner tonight.
Oh,
sort
really?
of thing. So it'd be running around and you...
It'd be a bit tough. You've got to hang it for a bit. God, dear. Anyway, take those, pop them in there and give them a shake. Be careful. Not the whole thing, just one at a time.
Just one at a time, yeah.
And then put them onto here.
Yep.
Well, actually, I'll tell you a really good thing to do is put them in here first, OK?
Yep.
And then put them all in there and then put them back through there again.
OK.
I think it's a double crust on them.
OK, lovely, chef. Double crust.
Okay.
Now, Nick, tell us about how long we should cook this venison for.
Well, venison, I always think, because it's so lean, it doesn't have much fat in it, it should always be served quite pink.
All right.
OK, so we're going to really only cook that for...
3 or 4 minutes each side.
About 2 minutes each side. In fact, look, you see the colour really coming up on it now? It's done. But the important thing, Ainsley, whether it's venison or beef or lamb, get it seared on the outside, get the colour on the outside, get that real kind of caramelisation. But as the meat cooks, the fibres shrink. It squeezes all the juices into the centre of the meat, OK? Really important to leave it to relax. And that'll take 10 minutes before it'll be ready to carve.
Wow.
And then it'll be nice and pink, but all the juices won't flow out.
Okay.
And if the juices flow out, you lose the succulence and you lose the texture.
And then, of course, you take those juices now to your sauce, don't you?
We will indeed, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, lovely.
And the sauce, we're just going to make this now, so we're going to pour out the fat from the pan.
And look at these lovely plump raspberries. And what will Nick be doing with them? Well, we'll find out as soon as we come back.
Hey, Italian!
Hey.
Spinach! Signor cantante!
Oh. Hey, OK.
It's only a few spinach.
Oh,
I need that to stop it!
It's only pepper! It's only pepper!
Hey, oh dear. They're like kids, aren't they? They are. They're just like kids. I don't know.
Hey, Gino, you just make the big eyes and the Italian accent and you do whatever you like.
I know.
First of all, I don't talk like that.
How you talk?
There you go. Oh, I can't get that out, Chef. Be careful.
That's okay.
That's it.
That's
All
cool.
there.
That's done.
Okay, tell us what's going on here.
Okay, we got this one sauteed with a little bit of the pepper, a little bit of the leeks, a few spinach, a little bit of chili, and we're creating a bed for the
salmon.
This beautiful salmon that Carly prepared.
Yeah.
We made a nice herb crust with bread, with a little bit of egg.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to take slowly. It's going to make all nice and crusty.
Okay, and that's nice and hot, is it, Chef?
Nice and hot. Now, this is what we done. We done the same version, but we done with the olive paste, with an olive tapenade, and we're going to serve that one on top of a grilled asparagus.
Okay, and what went into the tapenade? Can you remember that, Carly?
Yes.
The mixture then here?
Olives, olive oil, a selection of herbs that I just grabbed, a bit of chive, parsley, basil. Yeah.
All of that goes in there, and that's just spread on the top. Have you ever cooked like that before, using herbs in that way?
I have a little bit, but I'm getting really inspired here. It's great.
A few nice tips.
Yeah.
Where do you want this? In the oven? Halfway in the oven, Chef?
No, what we want to do, we want to cook it from the bottom,
Yeah.
and then the top stays nice and cool.
Oh, lovely.
So because the problem with olives, if you put them in the oven, it loses the flavor.
Yeah.
So the olives is a fresh, flavor. You should never kind of cook them, otherwise all the flavor goes away.
That's a very
so
nice
we cook
tip,
them
that,
from the
isn't it,
bottom.
guys? Okay, so that's all
we can put them here. We can put them here.
Okay, very slow heat, cooked from the base up, and let the heat get there, and let that lovely tapenade retain all that lovely flavour.
That is the secret.
There. Okay, brilliant. And that's
I
cooking
still
down
don't
there.
know what to do with this stuff. How long is it going to take?
It should just expand and absorb some of the water. So just
Not enough for an hour, is it?
Okay, it's getting there, isn't it? All right, then, and quinoa,
should be okay.
It'll be all right.
you bought that in your supermarket, or you have to go to a health food shop?
you can buy it in the supermarket in the free from section.
Lovely, free from section. That is lovely. We are learning a lot more about it, eh? So tell me, how do you cope? Really? I mean, it's lovely, the idea of having your friend living with your friend, but do you think this is going to last indefinitely? Or do you think one day, hey, no, this is going to come to an abrupt end in the next year?
Considering we're married, I would like to live with my husband alone eventually. Considering we used to live alone. But it's good. Our husbands have nicknamed us Carty, as in Carly and Artie, because we're two peas in a pod. It's a bit scary, because we only met at our wedding.
Yeah.
Not Artie's and my wedding, at Tom's and mine.
Oh, I see.
It's nothing like that.
And you got married out in Australia?
We did.
Oh, wow.
We did.
And when did you honeymoon?
Do me some chopping up.
I think we're kind of on our honeymoon now, because I had to work and we went away very briefly, but it was a spur-of-the-moment decision to come here, and now we're living it up.
Lovely. I like the idea of that Carty, the combination, two peas in a pod. Nice little touch. So, what about Australia? Were you from up there in the south, or...?
In Brisbane.
In Brisbane. Oh, wow. It's a bit tropical up there, then,
It
isn't it?
is.
Does it get too hot sometimes, though?
Yes. It's just recently been about 35 degrees every day. A little bit too hot.
Yeah, I bet you like the old British weather then, didn't you?
Actually, I do.
There you go. You're turning into a Brit. Sometimes people like it to be a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
OK, you've got a nice style there, nice and slowly as you chop that up. All right, then, and...
I'm still waiting for this... For this one to expand.
Yeah, OK. It takes a little bit of time.
Okay.
I'm sure it will be. And over here, this is cooked down. This is your leeks cooked in that little bit of cream. OK, your soya cream.
I'm waiting for this one, because then we're going to put we drain it, put it in there, with the goat cheese inside. Half we're going to stuff the pepper.
OK, Chef.
But I think we're done. I think it's ready now.
All right, then.
I think it's definitely ready.
OK. Yeah, get that. Drain that off there. Here we are, Chef. This one.
This one should be...
OK, we've got 7 minutes to go. All sorts of things cooking down here. You want to get that in there, Gino. Do you want to start that in the oven now, Chef?
No, actually, because it's going to take... It'll be all right. Be all right with this one, yeah.
OK. And look at that. Really just all those lovely flavours in there just sort of tossed together.
Yeah, we kind of make like a cheesy risotto with it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to use it in 2 different ways.
Kind of nice idea, isn't it, eh?
Looks good.
Really? I don't think we've had it like that before. Brilliant, okay.
Do you think it's all right to get some of the soya? Oh, there it is. Soya cream in there.
Okay.
It helps to make nice and creamy.
And is it okay? Does it split when you boil that type of thing? Do you need to be careful?
No, it doesn't. It just absorbs and it evaporates.
That's the cream I'm talking about, yeah?
Oh, no, I've never cooked it with cream.
Okay, never cooked with cream. Be careful of that cream, Gino. It might split down a little bit.
Yeah, it will split down a little bit.
Okay,
So
all right then.
you just need to be here and have a look all the time. That's the problem with this, especially the soya one.
Okay.
But it'll be okay.
The cook, season it up.
I think we need a wine.
Okay, 6 minutes to go. Let's go back down here briefly to Nick. See how he's getting on. He's already made a cheesecake. We've got 6 minutes to go, gentlemen.
Okay.
So
what I got here is just a little bit of spinach.
Yeah.
And some garlic, and the garlic's just cooked down in some olive oil.
Oh,
and it just melts into one another.
I
And a
just
little
love it.
squeeze of lemon juice in there. It's just one of life's great combinations.
Oh, just
and
works so
then for
beautifully,
the warm
doesn't it?
salad, okay, we're going to take this piece of venison here, which has just been resting, okay?
Lovely.
And we're going to take the
Let's
venison.
leave that for you.
I need that.
Okay,
George.
chef, I won't get rid of that for
Okay.
you.
And look, we're going to cut this into long little thin slivers. Really nice and pink. And as I told you, because we've left that meat to relax, all the blood doesn't run out.
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
lovely and pink and tender. So,
Okay.
spinach, okay, oranges, and venison. It really just works.
Beautiful. Any
I'm
nuts?
just
Any sesame nuts?
No,
anything there?
I don't want any sesame nuts in here. Just as it is, okay? There's beautiful bits of meat. And then the pureed down raspberries with olive oil and lemon juice and pepper.
Oh,
Look just a little bit of raspberry dressing.
Look at that.
Over the top
Really
of that.
simple
And
and
that is
lovely.
just really, really delicious.
Colourful, nutritious.
Then
It's
in
got
here,
everything in there.
we've
Wonderful.
got the raspberry with a lemon mousse inside
Yeah.
there. Just slide that ring off the top.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And
Oh!
yeah.
Is that over melted?
Back on the heat.
Yeah.
Back on the
And
heat.
what have you done then, chef? Is that just the cream and what? Just
That's
cream?
just the cream and lemon juice and lemon zest
Yeah.
and castor sugar.
Beautiful.
Okay, and the little raspberries on top here. We're having a disaster with
No,
that.
no, you'll be fine there. There we are,
sauce
chef.
over
Just
there,
a
so
touch of
maybe
there. That's it. I'll get that back
help
for
me a
you.
bit on that.
Okay. Now we've got a little bit of that's kind of started to, if you like, solidify, ladies and gentlemen. So we've just taken a little bit of water, knocked that back in there, and that will knock that out again to make it nice and smooth. Here we are, Nick. It's coming
Beautiful.
back.
Now, see, I think that sometimes you
There you are.
learn
Good
more
little tip. Don't panic.
by not panicking and bringing it back again.
There you
Because
go.
the temperature dropped down too low and it just
There you
started to
go.
set.
That's it.
So-
And we're back into our lovely gooey
beautiful.
fudge
Can I maybe add just a little bit more?
sauce. Look at
Think I
that.
can get away with a bit more?
I think so, chef. Just
Can you just give a wee...
That's it.
That's
You
it.
want
And
it
it
a
looks a
little
bit
bit
like-
thinner than that. Okay.
It's a bit dodgy, like some of the dog. Maybe have...
No, I don't think so. That'd be
Just keep
absolutely
going, and it's
fine.
going to come together beautifully.
Just kind of give that a little bit of a whisk. I'll move that over to another heat
Can I
here
just show you
for
something here? Look
Please
at those
do, chef.
juices that have come out of the meat, okay? Those lovely
Wow.
juices.
And what's going to happen to
I'm
them?
going to add them into the pan here.
Yeah.
And the pan has got red wine, the stock, and the chocolate. Okay, and this is the sauce that I'm going to do with the roast
Look at that,
venison.
Artie. Have you ever had anything like that before?
No, not quite.
That sounds delicious, doesn't it? eh?
Okay.
A little bit of those
Beautiful
pan
sauce
juices.
in there.
There we are, darling. Just give that a little bit of a stir.
And this is the piece of
that
venison. I'm just going to carve this down into what we call medallions.
And are you quite into this game meat? Have you ever, because coming from Fiji, have you ever eaten any unusual meats?
Not in Fiji, but in Australia, I used to love kangaroo.
Oh, really?
Yes,
a bit of roux,
one of
right?
those, yes. I think we're the
Skippy.
only country that eats the animals that are on the coat of the arms. 'cause
That's
we eat
right.
Emu and kangaroo. which both in the coat
Both of them?
Yes.
Oh, that's extraordinary, isn't it? And what do they taste like? Because there's a certain way that you have to eat it, otherwise it becomes a bit chewy. What do you have to
Absolutely.
do?
You
Less
have-
than 3 minutes, gentlemen, just under 3.
You have to have it quite rare. You can't. You can't cook it more than rare, otherwise it becomes very tough because it's a game meat.
Right.
It becomes very chewy.
Okay.
remember
And
something
very
else
similar to the venison, guys. You know what Nick was saying earlier on about not overcooking it, and otherwise it's going to become a little bit
You
too
just
tough.
stir that in with a wooden
Perfect.
spoon in there. Thank you
There
very
you
much.
go.
That's beautiful.
Wonderful. That's
Okay.
it. That chocolate sauce is ready. That's okay. Let's get that out of the way.
It's taken
Just
off.
Blitz that down in
But
there.
this is the roast squash.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just taking off scooping it out of there. And then we'll take some of those lovely bits of that sort of caramelised. And see how the garlic's just sort of melted down in there?
Absolutely, I can see
And the
that.
flavour of thyme in there too.
I'll get rid of this
Beautiful.
for you.
So just
Look at
take
that,
all this.
that's looking good. Everything's
Put it
coming
in
together
here.
quite marvellously. OK, nice talking to you. Let's get back over here. You can see the chef is really piling that up inside the ring. Sometimes those rings, guys, can be really useful at home. If you're doing a dinner party or something like that, ordinary food at home, you want a bit of a casual affair, but you want to make it look fancy. Brilliant. 2 minutes to go. Find out how things are going here.
Yeah,
Chef's
it's
got
going
that
all right. I
going.
mean, the pepper is nice and roasted with all the kind of risotto with the cheese on
Beautiful,
top.
that's coming along.
I've got this one. Hey, is the grill on?
Let's have a look.
Is he?
Yeah, I can feel the heat in there, Chef, yeah. Okay. And you can always use the gun, Chef. You've got a gun to finish it off. You want to brown it because
it should be okay.
It's going to be there. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fine. How you doing?
Good.
Have you picked up 1 or 2 tips here?
I have.
And you've got yourself a glass of wine, so you're obviously happy. Is this a little pesto or dressing?
We do a little bit of herb pesto with a little bit of salt and pepper. If you can mix together with a squeeze of lemon.
A bit of lemon zest and a squeeze of lemon. OK,
and then
let's
we should
get
be
this in here. All right, then. Beautiful. And what about work? Are you guys all out working, or do you do different things? What is your line of work, then?
I do public relations.
Yeah. Enjoy that?
I do. It's really good. It's rewarding, challenging.
I know. Every day it's going to be a challenge, isn't it?
Every day is different.
Yeah, I know. Cut that in half and squeeze the old juice in there.
It's yogurt, okay?
All right, then.
Yeah?
OK. There we are. We've got some yogurt. Well, there you go. It's been fantastic talking with our guest today, ladies and gentlemen. But it's been more impressive just watching the chefs produce wonderful food. And it's really beginning to come together now. Remember, audience, you're voting for what the guys did with all that lovely food they were given. A bit more of that challenge there for Gino with all that different types of cuisine that perhaps he's not normally associated with. But he certainly make it come alive. Superb. And they were finishing off. We've got some lovely soups here. Great puddings and all sorts of things. Last minute just sort of shaking things down. OK, get ready to help me count down any moment now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be there. All right, about 15 seconds now. Here we go. Here it is. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop! Gino Campo had in his bag wild salmon, quinoa, some goat's cheese, asparagus, olives, romero pepper and a leek, whilst Nick Nairn started off with a couple of venison steaks, butternut squash, brie, raspberries, chocolate, baby spinach and shallots. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you fancy a bit of quinoa? Well, what is that aimed? Well, it's all over here. We're going to have a bit of a taste, especially you, Carly. Pick up your cutlery, have a bit of a go. Chef, what are you going to call this?
Well, let me tell you something. This quinoa got on my guts.
All right, then. Yeah, all right, yeah. Now, what did you do with it, Chef?
OK, what we done? We did this quinoa risotto with cheese. Yeah. And half of we just put on a plate and we serve it like a risotto. The other half we put on the pepper and we roasted.
Don't touch anything.
Then with the salmon, we did a beautiful herb crust with this one, and we did some sauté leeks and a little bit of herb pesto. With the other one, some char-grilled asparagus. Yeah. And we did a tapenade of olives with a little herbs, extra virgin olive oil, lemon juice.
Does that make a difference having the olives lovely and fresh on top, Carly?
It's really good.
Well, the olives, as I said, if you cook them fresh like that, you get the best flavour out of them.
It's delicious.
And then we made a nice quick asparagus and leek soup with the soya milk.
What's your favourite then? Hey?
Oh, I can't decide. It's excellent.
Is it really good?
It's really good.
You like that one too, with the goat's cheese coming through it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's got on his goat love, so make sure you put it up. Fantastic. Well done, Gino. She's delighted, Artie, so it's your turn to get stuck into it. All sorts of wonderful food, vibrant colours going on here. What are you going to call it, Nick?
2 brie cum 1 brie. 2 brie cum 1. In the house together. In the house together. All right, not good enough for you? All right. How about it?
Oh, what they're a bit weird today, aren't they? They're a bit weird, aren't they? But it's fantastic. I'll tell you what, the food's delicious. Yes, Chef?
There's a lot of them in this house.
Yeah. What did you do with your food?
Starting over here, we roasted the butternut squash in the oven with garlic and rosemary and olive oil. And we sautéed off the venison, seasoned it up, and it's just set here on a little bed of spinach with garlic and lemon, which just works brilliantly together. And then we made this really good sauce with the reduction to the pan with red wine, some beef stock, and then we finished that off with the bitter chocolate.
Did you try that? Do you like the bitter chocolate sauce, Artie?
That is superb.
Yeah. And then this here is a lemon mousse which you made. You whisked up the cream with the lemon juice and lemon zest and the caster sugar, and then we just squished it all down into a ring with the raspberries, and we made 2 sauces to this. One chocolate sauce which you melted, and it all went a bit funny, and you brought it back again, and then a raspberry puree around there. That chocolate and raspberry thing works really well together.
Very nice.
This is the other little venison fillet, which is very thinly carved, and a salad made with spinach and oranges, and this is a raspberry dressing. So the raspberries, olive oil, lemon juice and some black pepper, all whizzed up together, and that lovely sort of citric character and the berry fruits all kind of work together with the flavour of the venison. Well. Spinach soup, Pretty classic. And in here, this is the deep-fried brie, double panny with breadcrumbs and a raspberry dressing to go over the top of that.
Beautiful. Overall then, Artie?
Superb.
Superb.
Absolutely superb.
All right. As good as the gluten-free stuff?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I can't comment, I'm afraid.
All right, she's drawn on that one, ladies and gentlemen. What about our studio audience? Where have they been drawn to? The green pepper kitchen or the red tomato one? Let's find out as we ask them all to please vote now. Oh, quinoa, it's a red tomato! There we are, my darling. Congratulations, £100 spending money there for you.
Thank you.
Get outside and have yourself a good time. Yeah. And I hope you find yourself a house, you guys, eventually.
Fantastic.
All right,
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, mate.
And always a pleasure indeed, too. Well, they couldn't quite get there, could they, my darling? But I tell you what, you've got a lovely ready, steady cook bag. We've got all sorts of wonderful products in there for you. I'm sure you're going to find some exciting things to cook there. Have you enjoyed it?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for your help.
challenge.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, it was a challenge for Gino, and he's come up with some nice recipes.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully you'll be able to use them, and we've got some more nice recipes coming your way, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of our quickie bag. But in the meantime, let's say a very big thank you to the wives in the house, Carly and Artie. OK, guys, here we go. Let's have a quick look here. And, something stuck in there.
Very sort of oriental.
What could it be? It is an incredibly oriental bag, isn't it? Ooh. Hey, you can see here we've got some nice rice noodles, very quick and easy to do. We've got some tiger prawns, we've got some Chinese cabbage, a mango, a couple of chilies, and lemongrass. Oh, no, drumsticks. I'll give you drumsticks. What you lot like. OK, guys. Gino, you have first call on this. What would you do with this little lot?
OK, I would just give it to him. That's what I would do. Prawns, we can do a nice prawn tempura. Yeah. I think that will work nice. The other one, we could do some of these leaves here. We can prepare like a bit of prawns with chili, with cooked rice noodle and put them in the salad leaves. Yeah. So you can eat them as a snack. Yeah. We can do some caramelized mango. We can use some, a nice stir fry with rice noodle and a bit of prawns, a bit of chili, a bit of mango as well, so we get a bit of sweet and sour going in.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Gina. OK, that's your time. Lots of lovely stir fries then, and taking these sort of Chinese lettuce and wrapping it up so that lovely crunchy lettuce leaves. But let's find out what Nick's got up his sleeve.
Well, it's about that, the tom yam, you know, the sort of Thai hot and sour soup with, some of the prawns, and actually you can use some of the noodles to make it more like a laksa. So it's a really nice Asian broth with noodles. And then you could skewer some of these up and char grill them, do them a bit of mango salsa and some crispy noodles as well. You can deep fry those.
Yeah. OK, so we've got some really lovely ideas going there, and of course the lemongrass will infuse and add lots of lovely flavour to it. But what did our studio audience want to see? It's up to you guys once again. Was it green peppers or red tomatoes? Will you all please vote now? And up they go. It's quite a close one, but I think it appears that Mr. Nairn has just edged it. OK, let's go to red tomato. All right, your 10 minutes cooking time, chef, starts now. Let's do it.
Can we get Gino to do these? What do you want me to do?
The prawn things with the mango. Look, you make the mango salsa. OK. OK, and I'll give you some prawns, and you can maybe do the tempura.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
OK, chef.
OK,
a little bit of oil on there. OK, what can I do for you then, Nick?
First thing I think, Nick, is we need to get the prawns. What do you want?
I want 4 of them.
4 prawns, OK.
Do you need the head?
Yeah, I'll keep the heads to make the stock, so just give you the tail.
OK, let's make that stock straight away then. OK, can we pop the old heads in there for me?
Yep, get them in there.
And the shell. Do you want the shell, Gino, or not?
I don't need them.
OK, well, I'll quickly take the shell from you too then.
OK.
So, Ains, could you just peel down the...
prawns?
No, the lemongrass.
OK, chef.
And the outers put in here with the trimmings from the chili and some slices of lime and some boiling water. Just boil the kettle there. And we'll make some nice stock.
OK.
For the soup.
And just look at that, guys. All these skins that you get around these tiger prawns.
See this stuff here?
And the heads, yeah.
The goo, and that's where the real flavour is.
That's a beautiful flavour.
That is where you get that really strong prawn flavour.
Kind of break that away. I know it doesn't look particularly attractive, seeing the head and the eyes and stuff like that. Throw them in the stock pot. A little bit of lemongrass, a little bit of onion, garlic, anything like that at all. And mainly the roots from the coriander. A bit of coriander root in there too, chef?
Yes, please.
OK, that really does make a difference.
Here. And we'll get that heated up.
All right.
And then we'll get another pan on, ready
actually got the roots in there, guys. We've got the stalk. So a bit of that stalk, OK? That's the base of the coriander there. That is just full of wonderful flavour. And all of it is edible, quite honestly. If you want to talk about coriander as a herb,
there's more flavour in the stalk than there is actually in the leaf veins.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And in fact, do you know where the biggest concentration of flavour in coriander plant is? In the roots.
Yeah.
If you go... Did you say that, did you?
Well, I said before, we'll use the roots, but we didn't have any roots in there. That's all right, though.
I always listen to everything you say.
No, you don't. You're wondering about what's going on there, didn't you?
I was,
What's he like? All right, rice noodles, chef, we're just going to deep fry.
Okay.
What else? What about the...
We need some of that shredded up to go through the broth.
OK, do you want any large leaves kept whole? Or?
Yeah, could you actually take some of the leaves off, roll them up, shred them separately, and there's some nice chunky bits of there. Now, I'd really like some shallot to go through this soup as well, but you've got to kind of make do with what you've got. And then you were saying earlier on that Alexa should really have coconut milk in it. But hey, this is going to be a really fabulously flavoured broth. You know, the spicing is quite sort of particular to the cuisine.
OK. How about that, chef? Do you want that really shredded like that?
Yeah,
fine,
just like that, beautiful.
And Gino, tell us how you're going to be doing your prawns.
Well, I think I'm going to do like a butterfly effect, a farfalla.
Yeah.
Okay,
farfalla.
So, farfalla. Yeah. So what I do, you take the head and the skin off, then you're going to take the little vein that there is on the back of the prawn, like this. Okay?
Yeah.
You take this one out. And then very simply, butterfly, you cut them in half. Okay? I don't know why they call butterfly. It doesn't look like nothing like a butterfly. It's an open prawn.
It opens up when you cook it, that's fine.
Sometimes you guys use this word that don't mean anything.
No, it's kind of when it cooks like that, it kind of like that, and it flies away.
Never gonna fly. Okay, and then once we open, I'm doing a very quick tempura, which is what I've done here. I put a little bit of 5 spices, then egg and flour.
Okay,
and then at the last minute, I'm going to put some sparkling water. It's important that the water, though, is not being opened.
Okay.
So you get all the sparkly, so you're going to make
You want the gas,
light
you want the intensity of the gas.
Intensity of the gas, yes.
Creates the bubbles.
Hot oil, preferably vegetable oil, because it's lighter, instead of using olive oil or extra virgin.
Well, extra virgin olive oil, after a while it burns, doesn't it, if you heat it up too much?
It makes it bitter and darker straight away, which is not very good.
Right.
All right.
And we need those chilies very finely chopped.
OK, chef.
Or even just shredded up.
All right.
I'm just cleaning out, just the same as
Beautiful. Do you want to
Gino's
blitz them down for you, then? Will that make it a little bit easier?
No, I would just, hand chop them if you've got time.
OK.
And I also need some garlic as well.
That's really hot at the moment.
Finely chopped as
OK,
well.
I'll do the garlic for you.
That's very good, thank you
Nick, what do you want in the salsa?
Some chili. Oh, I'll give you a chili here. You catch? Okay.
Yeah.
Some chili, some lime juice, some coriander, and maybe just a little bit of vegetable oil. Just bring the whole thing together.
Okay.
And some lime zest as well. That'd be nice.
No problem.
Fragrance.
I'm just rubbing a little bit of oil in my hands. I'm dealing with the old chili, and I don't want that to get into the pores of my skin. So just a little bit of that. By rubbing the oil in, something that my mother used to do, guys. You're probably thinking, oh, that's a bit strange, Ainsley. Well, it just kind of seals, if you like, or coats the pores of the skin, and that stops it from penetrating into the skin. And hence, after you washed your hands, you don't get that sort of, once you touch your skin, you can start.
You learn something every day.
You do, absolutely. A bit of garlic you want too, chef?
Yep. Finely
Okay.
chopped. Thank you.
I learned the best way to do that.
Yeah.
Is get another chef to do it in the kitchen.
Why do you think Nick asked me to do it then? He's no fool, is he, eh? OK, chef,
So that's the prawns ready for the soup.
OK, and where do you want these, Nick, the chilli and the garlic?
They're going to go in the broth, but first of all, I just need to... I'll just take... That's getting a bit too hot. But first of all, I need to just get all the flavour out of this. I'm actually just going to pound these down. And it's amazing. Just, 2 or 3 minutes cooking. You see the colour. You see the colour in there?
I know, it starts to bleed a little bit, doesn't it?
But that's all flavour. That's what the flavour is.
OK, we've got 4 minutes, and as you know, we encourage you to write in if you have any queries about any sort of cooking problems that you're having. And we try, ladies and gentlemen, to solve them the best way we can. This particular one, look at that. That's really boiling. Blow it, chef. Blow it, blow it. There we are.
That's what we call fast reduction, because the pan had been on for too long. Which is a little bit too hot.
Really gets it, but we want to reduce it down and get all that lovely flavour.
OK.
OK, and this particular one comes from Yoland Kemp from Cambridge. Good afternoon to you, Yoland.
Just getting there.
Can you tell me why, when making a creamy pasta sauce, my low-fat fromage frais or creme fraiche always splits and ends up grainy and watery? Please tell me how I can prevent this and still keep the fat content low. Gentlemen, do you want to start taking that one, Nick? Do you need you're familiar? Low-fat creme fraiche or...
What was the question?
Fromage frais. Fromage frais.
Yeah.
OK, or low-fat creme fraiche. She introduces it into the pasta, but it goes watery and grainy. And she actually wants to know how to prevent this from happening.
The best way to do it is put it at the last minute.
OK.
Not even the last minute, the last second.
Take it off the heat, then.
Take it off of the heat, put it there, mix it up, straight on the plate.
There you go.
I agree.
That was done in a very Italian style, straight on the plate. And he's absolutely right. I think that any chef would agree. You know, what happens is because you haven't got that high fat content, and you're talking about something like double cream, 18% content of fat, compared to something like single cream. If you put single cream into something, like a sauce, when it requires cream, it often splits if the heat is too fierce a heat. All right, so think about that, all right? You take it off the heat with your pasta and stir that creme fraiche, that low-fat creme fraiche, or, indeed, the fromage frais into it. OK, here we go, guys.
I always like doing this out.
This is really, really impressive.
Because it just never kind of fails for people to always get that kind of ooh out of the audience.
Yeah,
all
lovely.
the audiences, except obviously for this one today.
Here we are, chef. Do you want to pop that on there?
We've obviously seen it before.
Put it on the old board.
And that's it done. And what we do is just take this oil.
2 minutes to go now. 2 minutes. Right, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Always impressive. Always. Now, what about the rest of your prawns, chef? Where are they going?
The prawns are going to go into the broth now.
And what, the cabbage in there too?
And the cabbage goes in there now. It can go in straight away in. So then we're going to get some coriander.
Let's see how much we're going to put in there. Might not require all of
there.
that.
We've got a knife.
OK. OK, Gino, your mango salsa looking good. Tell me what's gone in there,
fine. I'll just put a little bit of honey because the mango was a little tiny bit bitter.
OK, yeah, that's good.
So we got the chili, we got the coriander, you got everything that you wanted.
OK, all of that going in there. Now, don't put in the herbs too early. A bit like adding that cream. If you put in the herbs too early, you're going to end up with grey herbs. We don't want that.
A bit more.
OK, then, look at that. Just cooking down with all our prawns, the noodles and everything in there. We've got some of those. Bit of lime juice going in there now,
Lime juice going in, yep. Here we go.
Fantastic.
So we're going to check the seasoning of this now.
All right, then, let's season that up. Let's get all of this out of the way. That's it, beautiful.
A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper.
And...
Whoa, that's hot! Oh.
OK, little hearts here
honey.
of the old lettuce for the, to accompany that. OK, chef, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, take half of it, take half of it. That's all that's yours. All right, lovely. Beautiful. And another plate. Lots of lovely ideas here. OK, 30 seconds to go. Let's get this out of the way.
Chef.
That's it, beautiful. A few herbs going through there. That's it,
the
prawns,
salsa.
yeah, anything you want there, chef. And you got the 3 prawns that are going on the top.
They're coming out here.
There you go. Just lovely.
Look at those.
Very
wow.
simple. And we've got the broth. Just look at those. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop cooking! It's amazing how it all comes together those last few seconds, and we've got some lovely, vibrant colours here, beautiful, intense flavours. And, Nick, what about a lovely name? Are we going to call this Some Tom Guy Came to Steal My Fish?
Do for me.
OK.
Some Tom guys.
Came to steal me prawns.
Came to steal me prawns.
All right. And what did you do, chef? Tell us about it.
Well, we made the stock, so we took the heads and the shells off of the prawns and cooked them down with some of the lemongrass, the chilli, some lime juice, and then we strained that into a very hot pan, reduced it down, more chilli, coriander, lime juice, and then the noodles went in and the finely chopped up prawns, deveined the prawns and onto a skewer, char-grilled them very quickly in a very hot pan. You made the salsa? What are you going to do?
Yeah, the salsa with a little bit of coriander, chili. I put a little bit of honey because I think the chili was quite spicy, this one we used. Very simple, mixed together with a little bit of soy sauce as well, just to give a nice kick. And then I did the tempura, but the way I do it, I put a lot of spices in it, so they always get this brown colour. Because sometimes the tempura needs a little bit of a kick in it. So,
Needs a bit of a kick.
So that's the way.
And if you want to find out about Nick or Gino's recipes, they are available on our website, ladies and gentlemen, bbc.co.uk/food, or check out CFAX. See you soon on Ready, Steady, Cook. Take care. Bye-bye.
Ciao.